It's time for another monthly collab, and this time I'm teaming up with the creative and sweet friend Tracy, and both of us will be using the same Spring Allure sticker book. So if you would like to see how I set up these fun Dutch doors, stay tuned. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. And if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. Thank you so much Tracy for doing this fun collab with me. And I will talk to you a bit more about it, but let's get started. And I have my usual tools and the washi cutter from Live Love Posh. Most of the tools are from Journal C, and my code Priya can earn you 8% off. And the B5 journal, which is my daily journal. I have the 2 sticker books, the Spring Allure for the most part, and if needed, I will pull a few elements from the Seasonal Love. And I also have all the washi tapes from Live Love Posh, all handy. And both Tracy and I have our discount codes with Live Love Posh, so feel free to use either one of ours if you are planning to pick up anything. And my code Priya10 can be used at a few other shops as well. I will touch on that and I'll have all that information in the description for you. And for Arch and Olive also my code works. So please check out all that in the description. And I might use just a couple in there. And I'm just using one of the Zig Clean Color Dot stickers or pens rather to mark the page. And I would really love to use some of the florals from here, and this collection has hardly anything left. And I think I will combine 2 different collections from here. And the sticker book is still in stock at Live Love Posh when I last checked. So I'm turning the pages to make sure I have enough stickers to get started. And this is the other set of florals I would like to use. I'm just keeping that aside. And if you are somebody who is not familiar with Tracy's channel, I have linked her channel for you. And this is my last setup. One of the last setups, I should say. And this is the week I'm at. And the setup is already on my channel. All of these are slightly advanced Dutch doors. And this was entirely the washi tape shop. And here is our rest of the pages I need for the month of May. So I will get started from here. And I was mentioning, sorry I interrupted myself. I was saying that if you are new to Tracy's channel, please check out her video and go subscribe to her channel if you have not. And please drop her a comment saying you came over from Priya's channel. I'm sure she would appreciate every single one of you who does that. And as for me, if you ask me, I think I would like to understand where my subscribers are from. If they are from a different channel hopping over, I would really love for them to let me know. So please do so. That would be really great. And I'm getting started with these set of florals. And you saw me draw that rough shape I want to try and focus on. And I've done something similar using some other set of florals. And I'm using this kneaded eraser, which I love using. And I will link all the products I'm using so that it gets easier for you to pick them up if at all you want any of the items that you see. So you will see me switch between these 2 collections. And I think that pop of pink and lavender and the softer blues, all of those I think really go well because these are all true spring colors. And this is our starting. And I will be doing the Dutch doors, and this definitely qualifies as an advanced Dutch door setup once again. And this is going to be another fun setup. So I'm like trying to see what other elements I can bring in, but without going too much into this collection, because we wanted to do both of these sticker books, but then Tracy had used a lot of the collection, so I thought just sticking to the spring allure would make sense. And it was really sweet of her to agree to do the collab. And you can see how I'm using some smaller elements also to go with all of these florals. And I think that beehive or the coop, I think it counts as the chicken coop right there. And I know that it is not a, no, I think it is a beehive, yeah. And then the duck is just hanging out in front of that. That's all. And let me know if you have done something similar in your spreads and if you are into Dutch doors at all. And I love to try new things in my journal, so that is why I wanted to do something in this combination. And this was a fun challenge. And it does end up being slightly different than what I had thought, but I think it does come together pretty beautifully. And I'm going to have to mark those pages again. And sometimes I just have to go with a shape that I think I can find a symmetrical shape for, because otherwise I like to keep it symmetrical for the most part. And we will also save the scraps because you never know, right? And this is the part where we get started with the actual cutting. And I'm using my gyro cut, which is, if you are familiar with my channel, you know how I talk endlessly about this paper crafting tool. And if you are not somebody who's used to this, please find the tutorial you can watch to get started. I have linked it for you. And I also have 15 pro tips that you need to get started with Dutch doors. I have all my wisdom put together in a video, so that is definitely something you can check out. It's more like a tutorial, and I share exactly how you can put together beautiful Dutch doors which make you look like you are the master of it. And even if you're a beginner, I navigate you through these steps one by one, and you just need to follow them and be mindful of all the things that I have shared. It is a very beginner friendly video, and that's all you need to get started. And we have quite a few releases happening this month of May, because the academic launches, the back to school stuff, and some seasonal stuff, lots of shops are coming out with their releases, and I have shared all the details in the description. And if you have been wanting to try some new brands, maybe this is a time for you to check them out, because the functional planners and the decorative planners, we are all a good mix in this community, and we have good solid number of brands that we have available. So if you want to just test out the waters and try something, then maybe it is a time to just check out the new releases that are happening. So the advantage with that would be the older releases would go on sale. So that's the time when you have, maybe you want to try new brands, say Laurel Denise, and they are coming out with their academic launch. And if you want to try their planners because they are super functional, and you can do so with the 2026 planners, which you get a solid 6 months out of them still. And that's just a perfect time to branch out, right? Test out a brand, test out the quality of the paper, and do all sorts of things that you otherwise may hesitate with the full price of the planners. And Arch and Olive had just had their summer release. It's lots of amazing goods. And Live Love Posh is also coming with their next launch towards the end of the month. So all of this information can be seen when you check out the description. And if you would like to see more creative ideas like these from me, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and you turn on the bell notification as well, so that you can be sure you do not miss out on any of the fun videos coming. And if you would like to have a say on my channel, get early access, sneak peeks on what's coming, and all the good stuff, please check out the membership options. I have limited spots open. That's like an inner circle for me. And they are the first set of people who I reach out to if I have any questions or if I have any doubts, if I'm torn between two themes. They are the first set of folks who help me out. You can see how I'm working on my second Dutch door. And I wanted to do that zigzag pattern, but with a floral twist. So some areas will have to have that figure eight kind of look. So that is why I decided to place the florals like so. And I may have to pull some of the butterflies also. And you can see how with just 2 pages in each collection, it becomes a bit of an issue when I don't have enough florals to work with, especially the clusters. You know what I mean? And I also need to figure out elements for the pages in the back, and you will see how I end up doing sticker surgery towards the end. And this is kind of the small peekaboo kind of situation, which I like. And yeah, I love when you can just play around with the flowers and just keep it as such. And this is not exactly an exact replica of what I've done earlier, but I think I will have to say this is as close as it can get when you try to recreate your favorite spreads using a different set of stickers. You know what I mean? And let me know if you have watched any particular video from Tracy that you really love, because I'm sure everybody is different. So there will be a lot of things that you like, you don't like, when it comes to different creators. So I'm just curious to know what your favorite video from Tracy's was, from what you have watched. Please let me know in the comments. So now let's see where we can fit in the girl, because I would really love for her to be visible from the front. So I do not want her to be hiding behind any of the pages because she's the only girl we have left. And I love that lavender collection. And as you can see, it is very well used. And you can see how I'm trying to match the shapes we have with the scraps and all the other elements we have left. And I'm also trying to juggle between both these pages, and looks like I'll have to bring in one of these butterflies as well, because the butterflies, the shapes actually match some of the other cutouts that we have. So it does make sense that I can use those butterflies as is. And here I'm getting started with my sticker surgery because some of these clusters are huge and we do not have the exact size requirement, but we can make do with some of the other shapes. And don't worry about some of the straight edges sticking out. We will fix it because we can always come and attach boxes right next to it. Sorry if you're getting enough and more of my flipping of the pages, because sometimes that's what I have to do. And you can see how I'm taking care of some of the sharp edges with that straight edge. I'm putting the sticker as such over the Dutch door and cutting the part that's not needed away, so that makes it a bit easier, and the flat edges are pretty much taken care of. So you can see how I'm also using some of these florals, which I think are really useful, and just matching the shapes, that's all I'm doing. And a little bit of white space here and there is very manageable. I do not freak out in such cases, but if you do need the perfect symmetrical elements, please feel free to do that. And here is another idea that I was asked by one of my members. And if you're wondering what a member is, that's a membership option I was talking to you about. And it's similar to Patreon, but it's here on YouTube. That's the only difference. So you have people who put in video requests, and I try and accommodate them or share ideas to the best of my ability. And sometimes, because lots of releases happen, and there are lots of other things which I'm not able to do justice to any of those, I will have that on my running list and I will address them as and when I'm able to. So here you can see how I share this idea of using bigger stickers in lots of smaller spaces without actually having to cut them directly into one or two big pieces. I've not done this very often, but I'm trying to make sure I take off at least some of that sharp edge to begin with and then go from there. And sometimes just trimming off maybe just a couple of sides does help with having the florals fit in certain spaces perfectly. And let's bring in this framed art. And I think I need to just straighten it a bit more, maybe reposition it a bit more so that it will all be visible very well, beautifully from the front. Do you like those floral crowns on these animals? Or is it just me? Aren't they just so cute? What do you think? So there goes our next Dutch door, and I think it comes out really, really cute. And let's get to the rest of the setup. And I think that also needs a bit of repositioning. And I will try and do that without the tweezers, but sometimes the tweezers are your best friend. This is going to be the next element, and I think no, I would hate for anything to be trimmed off her. And I think that's a good place because she's visible from everywhere. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have combined different collections from different themes and different collections and different sticker books like me, or is it just me? More sticker surgery, and this time I'm going with some stickers and then cutting the leaves apart because some of the leaves might work better if they are put in not as a cluster. So you see how you can do a lot of things with one sticker. And never be afraid to cut up your stickers. Never be, because it can be so helpful a skill that once you start doing it, you will see how useful that is. See, I'm taking off a portion of the cluster. From different clusters come different shapes and different clippings, or you can say smaller arrangements, and they are just what you need, especially when you have such weird shapes. And if you have a sticker book that works better for symmetry, feel free to choose that. But here I just decided to go with these collections because I wanted to use these up. And the Spring Allure came out, I believe, a couple of years ago, and they are quite chunky. So there's a lot of unused stickers, and once the spring is over, I hardly get to touch them because I love to bring in seasonal stuff, not just in that season, but for the most part, I don't end up using it a lot once the season is over. You know what I mean? So let me know if you love to do the same. And Let me know if you have used a lot of the collections from the sticker book, if you happen to have the sticker book. And this is such a fun combination that I decided to go with. And again, this is just a thought process that I had, and I got started from there. And I did not know how the end result would be like. So I just kept going, I gave in, and I just let the process be. And because of that, I think it did come out different, but I loved the end result. Let's now start adding our finishing touches, and I will also bring in a surprise element, a surprise visitor towards the end. And I love when animals can be brought in, and I love how the farm animals can be just thrown in at different positions, and yet it can look quite cohesive. And I think this definitely looks prettier with the animals thrown in. And I think we'll just move that bag, the tote, and it can be used in a different place. I'll just take it out for now because we do have more steps to finish. And the butterflies can definitely make an appearance there. And there are smaller elements even within the butterflies, so I think that does make that scene complete. Well, you must be thinking what that weird looking flower shape is going to do now, but don't worry, we have a solution for that. And I think I will use this guy to just stand there. How about that? So don't worry about the stickers looking weird starting off, but we always have solutions for such problems. And after all, it is just stickers and paper and fun things that are meant for your pleasure, and it is for self care and it is for your mental well being. So do not worry about such things. And it does not look good when you fret over such things. I know a lot of people must be thinking, why would I worry about it? If you are in that category, I'm really happy. I'm so happy that you are. But I know a lot of folks get stressed out when the stickers look wonky, when the stickers are not placed perfectly, and when they try to reposition it, it rips apart. They just freak out. I know a lot of people who do. So do not worry about such things. It is just papers, stickers, pens, and all these things that are meant for your happiness. And I remind myself whenever I hear somebody complain that their spread didn't come out as perfect as they had hoped. I try to remind myself that I should not be somebody who worries about that, because it is not worth your health. So, just a quick reminder, if you are stressed about such things, I understand it. You have all the right to feel all the feelings that you have. It is very valid. I do see you too. So let's finish off this section, this part of the page, which does have some more white areas. And we can definitely add in some of the gardening tools as it is. And this does look like a farm slash garden slash floral spread. And I love that pop of orange. And that is just exactly what you need to complete that area. And let me know what you would have done differently if you were using the sticker book, and what collections you would have used. And I can't wait to see what Tracy has done. I have not watched her video, and I'm really excited. And I'm really grateful that she said yes to doing a collab. And I do have a running list of other creators who I would love to collab with. And let me know if you have any suggestions, so that way I can reach out to them and have all the balls rolling, because I do love to team up with the creators, because you will be surprised at how differently each of us interpret different themes and different collections. So that is a good use of some of the florals we have. And you might think it is a very busy spread, but when you turn the page, you will see how each page is very, very usable, as in there's lots of white space, lots of areas where we can bring in pen and paper. And can you see how I'm trying to layer the elements to the best of my ability, especially when they are visible from the front? And let us now bring in some finishing touches, which would also include some functional boxes. And I love when we can use the functionally noir sticker book also, because black helps me in a whole bunch of ways, because it does, first of all, balance out all the other colors and making everything else pop. And this is the simplest way of doing that. And we can also bring in quotes, which I think I will do at the very last. I'll do it together. And let's now fill in the other pages. Some pages will get boxes, some will not. So I'm using the functional boxes also from the Spring Allure. And the lemonade pitcher and the glass of lemonade can sit there. And you can see how I'm trying to finish off certain collections, especially if there are just a handful left. I would rather just finish it off entirely. And this is the rest of the process. And then I will be coming and adding some touches, which I talked about. And please come follow me on Instagram. I do share more sneaks and more spreads, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos. And if you like what you see, if you would like to try new things and test out different things, and you would like me to do it for you and give you ideas on what can work and what can't, I put that down, yeah. Please let me know in the comments below. Sorry, I kept interrupting myself. And I think we'll switch these out. And yeah, I think that's a better fit as well. And the picture can go in the front. So please let me know if there is anything that you would like to see from me. And please check out Tracy's video. And I myself am excited to see what she has done. I'm sure it's going to be really, really fun and creative because she is a super creative person. I've seen all sorts of fun things that she does. So that is something I'm really looking forward to. And please go subscribe to her channel and let her know that you came over from Priya's channel. It's really sweet, right? And drop her something sweet, something nice, something positive about what she has done and brighten up her day. That's the minimum we can do to anybody. And thank you, Tracy, once again for saying yes to doing this fun collab with me. And let's use some of these bows here. Let's throw them in a couple of different places. And I would rather not waste writing space, so that's why I'm adding the boxes to the bottom portions of the boxes. And that I thought was pretty much the spread, and I did finish until here on one day, and then I had to take a break because life happens, and I come back the next day. So this is where it starts, and I wanted to add some distress oxides. So we are going with this set of colors, and don't worry if you are somebody who's not used these inks at all. I will have the playlist that I shared, which has all the basics you need to get started with distress inks and oxides. And I'm going to add that green for the fresh grass that happens or grows right at springtime, right near the chicken coop. And I will also add it near where the girl is standing. And that will be just that nice fresh green grass. And these are just some small splash of colors that I'm adding. And on to the next color, which would be for the bright sky. And let me know if it is spring weather where you are at, or is it thick in winter, or is it right in the peak of summer where you're at, because I think we have decided to skip spring entirely and we have headed straight to summer. So it is quite warm where I am at, but I have no complaints. It is what it is. Some years this is what happens, and sometimes it is a slower transition. And you can see how I'm using that scrap piece of paper just from the Dutch doors to dab that extra ink off the brush heads. And that is our spread. And I think I love the splash of ink. And that is usually that final touch that we need for our planner pages. Just near the beehive and just near the chicken coop is what I had wanted to do. But I think I love that extra bit of color here and there. And I think that will be it. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you like it with the inks or without the inks. And I hope you enjoyed today's video and you enjoy the creativity which both Tracy and I will be having to share with you. And thank you once again, Tracy, for doing this with me. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.